Rolling. All right, this is Neal Palmer with the Racin with Neal on the Road Show. We're on location out here in Abilene at the Southern Challenge, and we're going to get a word with Billy Vest and Dennis Bissonette with the Dirt Defender Wheel Cover Company, and we're going to find out a little bit about that product. Quite a few of the guys out here are using them and seem to be real happy with those, so we're going to introduce the public to the Dirt Defender Wheel Cover and find out what the concept, where the concept for the product came from, and what their plans are for the future. Let's start with Dennis Bissonette over here. Now, Dennis, you have Stephenville Starter, a well-known company that provides starters and components for the racing industry. Now you've branched off, hooked up with Billy Vest here, and branched off into another product line, which is the Dirt Defender wheel covers. Where did the concept for that come from?
Well, me and Billy are always talking about trying to get into something, and we didn't invent the wheel cover, but we saw an opportunity to make it better, and so we just kind of put our own twist on it, and it kind of took off from there. And then, I mean, we kind of needed to test it out a little bit, so we figured we'd find some of the best guys out there to put it through the test, and this is where we ended up.
Well, from what I hear, it seems to be working really well for some of these guys. Billy, we're talking to Billy Vest now, co-founder of the company, and Billy, tell us a little bit about your take on it. You've put the wheel cover out there on some of the cars, some of the toughest competitors in the business, and let's see, they've won races with the wheel covers on. They've rolled cars with the wheel covers on. They've done acrobatics in the air, landed upside down on concrete barriers. How did that wheel cover stand up to that kind of punishment and abuse?
It's done really well. To our surprise, we debuted this in Boone. It's a really young company. Of course, every time something rolled or our covers went on the track, we were hoping nothing bad happened, and we were really successful there. And like you said, we got some top-notch guys running them up north and down here in the south. And man, I'm really tickled that they're doing so well. There's a few things we've gotten some R&D going and some good feedback from our local guys, and there's a few little things that we're going to change to make them even better. But I think right now we've got, if not the best, one of the best covers out there.
Well, one of the things that I understand is one of the most unique features of this revolutionary new product is the fact that the same wheel cover can be used on the front that you use on the back. Now, is that a new concept in that product line?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's better for everybody. It kind of reduces your inventory, and I mean, you don't have to go out and buy so many of them. You can pick up 3 of them, and that's kind of our marketing standpoint. Is we call it a pair and a spare. So you buy 3 of them, and the front and the rear will interchange with both of them. So I think it's a little easier deal, and if your guys are in a hurry at the track, they can just pick one up and stick it on, and it'll work on the front or the rear, or either one.
Well, from what I see, that makes sound economic sense in a lot of different ways, and cuts down on the inventory. And you run into the trailer, you're in a hurry, you might grab the wrong one, then you got to run back and try to dig the right one out. So that's going to eliminate that whole problem. Well, man, I tell you what, I'm real proud to know that we've got a Texas company here doing so well. New revolutionary products have been introduced into the racing product field there. And I know you're trying to expand your markets across the United States and in some of the larger supply warehouses. Tell us a little bit about where we can get the Defenders for a guy who may not know where to get those. Where are those available at this point in time?
Right now, you can get us on Facebook at Dirt Defender. We also, up in Nebraska, Jet Racing carries our product. We are working with some local companies. Matter of fact, this week we got some meetings set up. Day Motorsports just came on board, so we're about a month out on them guys, being able to put them out in their new catalog. So, man, that's about it. We're just ecstatic that we got some out there, and we're not having to panhandle them so much out here at the track. So that's it.
Absolutely. Well, we'll be watching them real close out here at the track this weekend. Dennis, can you get them at Stephenville Starter there in Stephenville, Texas, if you needed a pair?
If you need to, you can get a hold of us over there at Stephenville Starter. We're trying to not integrate both of those. We're trying to go through our distributors and stuff like that. I would probably direct you to Day Motorsports or Jet, or you can get a hold of us on our phone number. But if something happens, you can't get a hold of those guys, then you can call me, and I can get you taken care of.
Okay, so it's going to be a product that is locally made, locally designed from right here in the South Central region, but you'll be able to get it through the distributors located not only locally but probably across the nation as well. Already you mentioned Jet up in Kansas, I think, where they're at. So, man, I tell you what, great job, you guys. Real proud of the effort that you put forth, the success that you've had so far.
Thank you so much. Yeah, if you want to call us, our number's 469-556-4612. After 6 o'clock, we may not pick up, but so we got a lot on our plate right now. But just give us a call. If we don't answer, we'll call you right back.
All right. Well, I'll tell you what, guys, I'll let y'all step aside now. We're going to get a word with a couple of guys that are actually using your product out there on the racetrack and get their take on it. We certainly thank you for giving us some insight into the Dirt Defender wheel cover product and letting us know a little bit about its history and what we can expect out of it in the future.
Thanks, Neal. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Neal.
All right, let's step over here and talk to a couple of the dirt track cowboys that are running this product. A couple of pretty well-known names. Chase Allen here. He is the owner and chief cook and bottle washer, I would expect, of Chase Allen Motorsports and the cam chassis that has certainly been turning heads here, not only on a local level but on a nationwide level as well. And Kevin Sester, who has been a long time standout in stock car and modified ranks in the South Central region. So both of these guys are running the Dirt Defender product. Chase Allen, tell us a little bit about your experience with them and if you're real happy and satisfied with the product.
Very. I've known Billy for a while now. He came to me, I guess, about 6 months ago, said this is what he's going to do, and we got him on the car, and we've had awesome luck with him. Billy's also really good. You know, when he first built them, you know, like anything, if you have a problem, Billy jumped after he got it fixed. He's addressed every issue that there could be and make sure they won't ever happen again. They're also, you know, pretty caring guys. Dennis kind of met him through Billy. I think they're the kind of guy that cares a lot about racing. They want to prolong the sport. And so they're going to help people that need help, and they're going to also supply a really good product to people for a really reasonable price.
Well, what they're doing, it seems to me like, is providing a product that's durable and it's economical and helps cut down on inventory. And one of the most important things, it stays on the race car through a lot of pretty rough track conditions. Now, you're starting on the pole out here at the Southern Challenge this weekend and had a pretty rough track on the first night of qualifying due to some rain that they had earlier in the week there. But from what I understand, those Dirt Defenders hung in and made it all the way to the finish line.
Yeah, they did. That was definitely a testament of it. They took a beating on Thursday night. It had some pretty big holes in the track. They stood up to it too. So we're going to try to put them in victory lane if Kevin don't sneak up there and pass us. But we're definitely going to try to give them some more advertisement for the things they do for us. It'll be good for them.
Awesome. Well, apparently the cam chassis held up on very rough track conditions as well. So good testimony to both of those products, the cam chassis and the Dirt Defender product. Well, we certainly thank you for giving us some insight to the Dirt Defender. We'll be getting with you a little bit later and find out more about the cam chassis, the Chase Allen Motorsport chassis that's been turning heads here in the North Central region and nationwide level as well.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Kevin Sester, give us a word, if you would, on your experience. We're standing here by your stock car, and you're trying to get that qualified in. Not so good of luck on the first two nights of qualifying, so you're going to go at it again tonight. So that equals to a lot of laps on the car with those Dirt Defender wheel covers on the car. How have they stood up?
They've been good. You know, we've run some different brands, mud plugs, for, several years now, and Billy and Dennis came to us at Boone and, said, hey, we got a new product. We'd like you to try it and see, give us feedback on it. And, they've held up. So we took a pretty wild ride at Boone and got it back to the trailer, and all the mud plugs were on it, and didn't have, scratched them up a little bit, but they held up. And, like Chase was saying, we had a rough track here Thursday, and, they've held up. So, so I'm pretty pleased with them so far.
And you used them on the stock car and the modified?
Yeah, we run them on both cars. So it's like I said, you can run, instead of buying 4, you know, keep you a spare for the right front and a spare for the right rear. You know, you can buy you 2 or buy 3, you know, and have your extra one and interchanges from front to back. So that's a really neat. That's a good concept. So that was kind of, I guess, thinking outside the box. You know, where these other guys are, you know, doing it a little bit different. So that's one thing I do like about it. You can run the front on the front, you know, vice versa or whatnot.
Well, now, do they cross over between the stock car and the modified? The same wheel cover work on both?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they've got them interchangeable where they'll, you know, I think they've got them where they're slotted where they'll fit like a Bassett, Arrow, Real, you know, whatever type of wheel you got for a bead lock. So that makes it a lot easier, too. You know, some of these wheel manufacturers, they have a mud plug wheel cover, and it just goes to their wheels. So, you know, that makes it a little easier on the racer as well, and, you know, kind of a universal deal. So.
Well, it certainly makes sense with all the products that you have to carry in your race trailer just to go to an event like this, which is a pretty good ways from home. It sure makes a lot of sense if you can have one product that has multi-functions with especially different race cars. You're ahead of the game.
Right. You know, Billy brought us some new ones today. They come out with some different colors or whatnot. So we've been, you know, for the last couple of days, we've just been running the same mud plugs on the stock car and the modified, you know. So, you know, that makes it a little easier as well. So, you know, they got a good thing going. Billy and, you know, Dennis, I think they got their stuff together as far as, you know, their marketing plan or whatnot, and you know, I think it's going to be a good deal for them. I hope so.
All right. Well, thanks for giving us a little bit of insight from a guy that's actually using the product out there on the track. Looks like the Dirt Defender mud plug is working well for these guys, and we'll look forward to seeing them in Victory Lane tonight, maybe on your car.
We got a long ways to go, but maybe we can get it there for them. If not, one of these other guys should be able to get the job done, I hope.
All right. Well, there you have it from RacingWithNeal.com. And it's the On the Road Show version here at the 2013 Ryan Bard Memorial Southern Challenge in Abilene, Texas. And we've been talking with Billy Vest and Dennis Bissonette. And they own the Dirt Defender wheel cover company, a new product that they've introduced here recently, and a couple of the drivers that are using those products, Kevin Sester and Chase Allen. We thank those guys for giving us some insight. So check out the Dirt Defender wheel covers. Get you a set today, and don't have to worry about them after that.